Particularly again.
That's right.
There you go. That's it.
Kick it and kick it harder. So, yeah. So we've got the module for it, but I don't know that. I mean, it would need some more work before it could be released, and then we just have to kind of make sure that that's okay with ME guys, because I know that they have. They're always a little hesitant about having their stuff turned into modules. So, yeah, so there is one. We kind of messed around with it there. Um, Guess it was probably a year ago, I think, at least.
It was a while back.
Yeah, yeah.
If you'd be willing to share or link to whatever situation it's at, that would be fun. It just makes it all so much more portable to have an investment.
Oh, yeah. And then I had heard that there's a Mont Saint Jean second edition Vassal module that's being developed currently. Um, so hopefully that'll show up at some point in the near future. Probably sometime later this year. I know usually Ed has those pop out about a year after the initial release date for the printed version. Um, so that'll be good. And then you guys know that he's got an upcoming version of Wavra that's going to come out. So Keith and I and Jim are going to start play testing that here in another month or so on the table at home. So we've got
We've
units.
got Russian reinforcements coming on at 9 a.m. I'm just going to set them up here.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't think you have enough. Why don't you just duplicate all your counters?
Okay.
Give yourself a few more. We want to make this sporting, right? So, and Robert, I know you've got some dragoons. I put them on the map over there in the upper corner.
I was wondering where those came from.
Yeah, and they are the ones that come in at 9 o'clock. And so, like you had to do before, you got to roll, and if you roll, a 4, 5, or 6, they show up. And the next turn you'd have to roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6, and then the next turn a 2 through 6 until they all show up. So
Okay.
I parked those up there for you. So
They come in there or a little bit further south?
they come in anywhere along that edge there, either in the top or where these other ones showed up. So they can come in over here in this gap here in the woods where the infantry showed up as well.
Okay.
So
yeah, I was just after your comments on what was it, Saturday? You did your broadcast.
Yeah.
That was really great. I really appreciate you guys doing that.
Well, and I was just talking to Brennan. We're planning on doing something like that. On looking to do it on every other Saturday kind of a thing. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I think so. All right. Well,
the right's supposed to be bait, and it's not. Nobody's taking the bait.
no one is taking the bait. Yes, these Russians are too smart. They must have found Napoleon's orders wrapped around a bunch of cigars, and so as a result, they know what Napoleon's trying to do. So
And that's Civil War. You can't have that.
Who has Napoleon? You do, Eric?
now
Who has
Keith
control?
Keith has Napoleon, so
Okay,
he's responsible for Napoleon
Keith,
getting shot.
You Keith, send Napoleon over in a sequin dress with high heels over to the right, and that'll get him to come back toward us.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well,
There's a counter for that.
I haven't looked at the map here since 2 weeks ago, so I think I have a vague idea where things are.
Well, why don't you guys go take a few minutes and
Yeah.
figure out your stuff and
Okay, we'll
join
do
us
that.
up
It looks like you guys had a chance to meet in advance of our live stream.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys had a chance to talk things out. All right, cool. I'll meet you guys down at French HQ.
Sounds good.
All right. Hello, gentlemen. So, what we need to do is just kind of make sure that we are garrisoning the places that are victory point stuff, so that we don't have a repeat of their little cavalry coming in and sneaking stuff around like that. And then, I mean, it looks like they had everything in the kitchen sink heading towards Pratzen and the center.
Yes.
So, you know, kind of, at least from what I recall with the victory conditions, we kind of have to hold on to all of our various and sundry spots until the 11 o'clock turn. And then after that, we can start to go on the offense. And I think by then, too, we'll have all of our reinforcements. But at that point in time, it looks like they will have the center of the map pretty heavily reinforced. So it could end up being where, you know, at that point in time, it's going to be, you know, Keith, you moving around, you know, on their right flank, and Robert, you moving around on their left flank, you know, and then us kind of seeing how things are playing out in the center to either push there or to kind of, you know, do some maneuvers around. So at least for the next, you know, next hour or so, it's just a matter of us kind of holding on, seeing where they go, and then acting accordingly. So,
Okay.
Robert, you just bring your reinforcements on, get your stuff up there to support, you know, the victory conditions stuff you have. Maybe bring that cavalry that you've got, those dragoons that are coming in. You know, you can get them over there between maybe the Pheasantry and Koblenitz.
Koblenitz.
Yeah. So that way they
Okay.
can, you know, maybe have some effect over on that part of the field. And then, as far as other reinforcements, most of the stuff
So
that's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we've
We're gonna
got
find out.
any more heavy cavalry. There's another couple of divisions and heavy cavalry coming on at 9:40, and then it looks like we're getting the guard and stuff like that at 10 and 10:40. So,
So I'm not going to get anything more, am I, on the right?
no, but what it could be, depending on how things shape up, is that I might, you know, have stuff that I'm working on detached and sent over to you. So.
Okay. So you have, again, you're in the woods there next to Puntowitz, and I'm Koblenitz over, right?
Yep, that's kind of the idea. So, and then, so I'm in the center, and then Keith, you're there at Santon. So, what you want to do is get some infantry in Bosnitz and Seiwitz.
Right, and I'm going to send us a couple small
Yeah, a
battalions.
couple of small battalions just so that they can't sneak in there and make a mess of stuff. And
And then,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, and then let's see, who's Suchet. You can start to move Suchet over to the right, and then Caffarelli, you can kind of have him there around Santon, and then we can see where to send those guys. At least from what I can tell, it looks like they're sending the Austrian contingent to reinforce, you know, that area there around Krug. There in that.
Yeah,
in that
that's what's
wooded
coming
area.
up from the
Yeah.
south there.
Yeah. So I don't know that we want to start attacking there yet, because then I don't have a lot that we can do to support you. And if they've got stuff in the center, then they can kind of pivot one direction or pivot the other.
Right, so I need to kind of,
Yeah, so I
Hold
would say
my-
start to definitely get something in the villages, and then you can start to move Suchet over to the right. The idea being that you could start to attack into that area, And
Right,
then
over.
and then Caffarelli can move there in front of Santon and that part of the universe, um, and then we'll just kind of see how things start to shape up. So
I thought Suchet, I'd kind of shuffle over to where some of the woods are there. That's kind of
yeah, so that area that's
flank.
there by the woods that are sort of down below Bosnitz, kind of
Yeah,
where your cavalry is.
right.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
start to
just
move them over that way.
kind of move them
Yeah,
just about over there, and
Yep.
then bring. Forgot my other division here.
Caffarelli.
Caparelli, bring him down
Yep.
in front of Santon, just kind of hold that
Yeah, and then
line there.
and then at 10 o'clock, there's a bunch of heavy cavalry. Nasute's heavy cavalry shows up, so then you'll have that and your light cavalry, and then you at that point in time you can start pushing on that end of the line. So
Okay.
yeah, okay, cool. I will see you guys back up in the lobby.
All right.
All right. Well, we don't have to roll for any activations. That's handy, right, David? All right. So,
Any charges?
any charges?
Okay, let's get to the game.
Oh yeah, we got to play the game. Okay, so it is the 9 o'clock turn. Nobody's on any levels anywhere, and I don't have any charges. Anybody else have any charges?
No.
Okay. So let's go down to our separate game rooms then. So I'm gonna go down to game room 1. I can meet you down
Robert?
there, Brennan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I've got some reinforcements I'm going to bring in here up in the northern map area. Well, it's not really the northern map, but it's up here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, those guys are there, and we can delete that. All right, and then moving over to where the dragoons are.
Eric, do you want to set the facings of those groups?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Probably with column. There we go. Almost.
There we go. Voila. All right, and I've got the dragoons over here on the other side. And let's see, the bridge, the stream is +2 for cavalry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this guy's going to be here and here. And we'll just have them all following along in a row. Voila. To be dealt with later. Okay. All right. Now I've got stuff over here at Jerkowitz. And got to look up here real fast and see what it takes to get my guns to limber. French cavalry, French artillery. Let's see, horse guns. Oh, that's automatic. Okay, so here with these guys, we'll just go ahead and limber them up. So that's automatic. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And we will then unlimber them there. And we'll bring this guy down here. And we will, well, we'll move Ney, or not Ney, but Marat before the guns get there. All right. What else have we got? Let's move these guys 1, 2. We'll have them right there. I think that'll work. And let's see, what else have we got? Okay. All right, then over here by the woods with his infantry. So these guys are going to go 2, 4, 6, and then 8, and they'll go right here, and they'll be facing that way. All right, and these guys will come out of square. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they should be facing that way. All right, and then these guys will come out of square, and they're going to go over here. Whoops, I always hit the wrong button. They're not out of command. They're not assaulting. All right, and then these chaps, they'll come out of square, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and they'll just park right there in square again. All right, these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, and I don't think I got enough to go across the stream yet, so we'll go 4, 5, 6, and we'll put them in square 7. All right, and then these guys, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll just get these guys over here in square as well. Formation. Okay, cool. I think we're okay here for the most part. All right, punctuits. Our beautiful little friends in punctuits. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, this is 2 battalions. I can't have 2 battalions there. There we go. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3. And these chaps, what should we do here with them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3. and then I've got Marshal Ney. I need to move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll just hang out here with, I'll send it back up here to hang out with those guys for the moment. Okay, that is about it for me. So, yeah, so I've just got, I've got time to spare, but I don't have anything more to move at the moment, so there's no point in making you waste your time waiting for something exciting to happen. So we can go ahead and do offensive fire. There's no defensive fire, given the circumstances. So I can take a shot here with these guns at this cavalry here. So I will have 16 to 6, so that's going to be 2.5 to 1 odds. I've got a +6 for Songus, and I think +5 for the stack, so +11 altogether. So 2.5 to 1 with a +11. 15, of course. Well, that's still going to be a single hit.
All right, this is David's unit, but I guess, shall I roll its morale check?
Yeah, go ahead.
He passed the morale check.
Okay, and then just go ahead and add another hit marker to them, or improve their hit marker up. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, and that was all my excitement for the moment. So, that's about it. Hey, the one thing that we wanted to try to do, just so we can move things along expeditiously, is kind of like when we were playing the game there at Buckeye, is not to, just kind of say, okay, do this or move there, or I'm gonna do this with my guys, as opposed to like micromanaging stuff. So I'm just trying to give my guys just general do this, do that, and leave it to them to kind of execute stuff, just so that things move along a little bit more smoothly. So it's fine if you guys meet before the thing to chat, but I know that we don't want to spend, we want to try to keep it moving along. So because the idea is I've got 10 minutes and you guys got 8 minutes to execute your move. But if you spend 15 minutes thinking about your move before you do your 8 minutes of move, you've really got, 23 minutes of move kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. Yeah,
Okay.
that was mostly last time. That was mostly just obliviousness of not realizing.
Yeah, no, and that was the sort of thing. So, part of the, and you haven't had a chance to really enjoy the chaos of a multiplayer game like this, where you think you're doing this and then your colleagues go off in a different direction. I mean, that adds to the fun of it. It also adds to the what's going on kind of thing. But it also then goes a long way towards illuminating what's going on the battlefield too. So that's the sort of thing, because I've been in a couple of, when we did Wagram, it was, I think we had 8 players on the Austrian side, and I think they had about 6 players on the French side. And so it was there were more than a dozen times where people are going off in different directions. And now you've opened up a gap between, your corps and the other guy. And so it lends to a fun experience, one that you don't get if it's just one-on-one, because then you're controlling all the pieces kind of a thing.
Oh, it sounds totally great. Yeah, we were just oblivious for the whole time. So we hop back up.
Yep, let's go back up to lobby. Hello, guys.
Hello.
All right.
Hey.
So I just took a shot at your little ponies over
okay,
here.
idea.
Yeah, and they took one hit, and Brennan rolled for them, and they passed. So they're fine and dandy, ready to
Yeah.
fight another day. Just a
If
few.
you conveniently move that heavy cavalry away, I could quickly mitigate the problem.
Oh well, I'll do that next turn. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess now did we have anything else going on? You guys got all the stuff taken care of on your end of the universe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Are we ready to go to the Austrians and the Russians?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
At our end, gang, on the charge phase, we could conceivably throw a cavalry charge at the artillery battery, but I don't think it's worth it. I
Oh,
think we should just move off, fall back behind the woods there, yeah?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Right down a range yeah. Well, we can drop down into a room for a couple minutes. I think that would be okay, right, Eric?
well, you guys can just chat right here. I mean, it's just a matter of are you going to do a cavalry charge or not?
Well, that's true, and
Well,
I
give us up 1 minute down there in the room. I just want
room one.
Coalition HQ.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
All right. How many reinforcements did you get, Robert?
I got half of them.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's better than a poke in the
Yeah.
eye.
So I'll have what at the end five increments of dragoons.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, cool. All right.
Oh no, 5 and there's 10 increments total.
10 increments of dragoons. Okay. Yeah, there's not much because they all got force marched, so they are pretty.
Our horses are tired.
Yeah, they probably lost half of they probably lost 3/4 of everybody on the way
March.
on the way there. Yeah, yeah. It's the same thing with who is that? The division that came on. That's Friant. Yeah, they lost a ton of men. They lost probably 3/4 doing that. So.
Is that
All
what the
right.
roll is for?
Well, the role is not is. I mean, they've already factored in the losses with the size of the units,
Okay.
but the role is just the randomization of what's showing up. So it doesn't just all show up at once. There's some peculiarity whether it's going to make it there or not, kind of a thing. So
All right.
quick talk.
okay. Well, good. Any cavalry charges, or can we move on to the movement phase?
Well, we can move on to the movement phase.
Okay, cool.
Robert, game room 2.
See you there.
All right.
All right, I'll see you down in room 1, Brennan. All right. So where do you want to start, Brennan?
I'm gonna start down with the guards reinforcements that are coming on down here,
Okay, cool.
and we'll go from there. Ready to roll.
Okay. Do you roll for them to show up?
No, they just show up.
Oh, okay.
I meant in the sense of let's move.
All right. All right. The clock is running. The clock is running. This is like an epee match. Got to get it done before time runs out.
15 points.
All right. Who's next? Oh, the rest of the guard down there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they have. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
All right, that was the guard.
Okay.
Now we're gonna roll up here to the Austrians.
Oh,
Right
okay.
here.
Cool.
Yep. Figure out where they're gonna go.
I already know. They just have to kind of get there. Going up
Yep.
those slopes is a little bit of a slog, but
Yep.
yeah, this is the one thing that I've noticed a bigger difference between the Marshal Enterprise products and Clash of Arms is usually Marshal Enterprise they charge more for slope movement in their games than usually you'll see in Ed's games. So usually
That's
they're
just because they happen to pick terrain where that's a serious thing, or just kind of.
well, I'd help them with a bunch of the playtesting stuff they had for Denowitz and Grossbeeren, and the cost that they had for moving stuff up the hills in Denowitz, and Denowitz is almost as flat as like Oklahoma. I mean, there were hardly any. Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, look at Google Maps. Look at this stuff, and it's hardly anything at all. But they kept the values rather significant, and so yeah, I don't know if it's just sort of a philosophy thing. I've never been to the only Napoleonic battlefield I've ever visited was Waterloo. All right, where are you at now?
Now moving over to the center to these groups.
Okay, cool. And of course, a lot of Waterloo has changed because they scraped up everything to build the Lion's Mound. So nothing really reflects what was historical. A lot of the sunken roads and the reverse slope all got bulldozed. Here come the Russian hordes.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, what are you moving around now?
This is all the same central stuff.
Do you want to flash on the screen where you're at?
So,
Oh, okay. So the stuff that was down there by Starry Vinier,
yep.
this stuff here is moving up? Okay, cool.
Now we're into the third column, which is this group here.
Okay, cool. And you've got one guy that's not quite. He's kind of straddling a hex. There you go. All right, so for what it's worth, you guys, you've got about a minute left.
All right, I think I'm mostly done. But I will do a sweep here.
And what the stuff that's over by Protzen is David's stuff, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first and second column.
All right. And I think
Already,
that's,
I think I'm
that's time. Yeah.
back to the lobby.
Yep. Back to the lobby, Stigler. There we go. All right. Well, we didn't have any offensive fire, didn't have any defensive fire, or I don't know of anything.
Those, your cavalry that's tired there, did they move more than half their move?
No, no,
Okay.
just half.
So they'll be able to remove their tired.
That's my understanding.
Yes, that's
I
correct.
can do that now. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't take any fire combat or anything like that. So they
Nope.
yeah. Although I like that this one here is defected to the French. We can use him. We could use him. We wear green jackets on our dragoons as well. So why not?
Napoleon was buried in a green jacket.
Yeah. There you go.
He's got to be like this.
All right.
All right. Did you guys have anything else you needed to recover? Or just the ponies there?
I think that should have been
Oh,
it.
you know, I forgot to roll. I've got this one cavalry unit that had routed last turn. This
Oh,
hussar
okay.
that's up there. Let me roll
Yeah.
for them. Okay, they're happy. Happy but exhausted. Doot, 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 doot. Unit. Tired. And let's see if I can flip that. There we go. All right, thanks, guys. All right, we can advance the clock.
Now, should he be green tired? Or no? Okay.
No, we're blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys I think are red is how it's showing up on the
Right.
map.
The red, and so he.
So see how mine's got like a little. If you hover over it, he's got like a blue outline around him, around the exhausted marker.
But he should have been on a red one
Why?
because he got routed during the red turn.
No, he recovered during the end of the French player turn.
Wouldn't he not be able?
So when you're routed, you don't have any exhausted or tired markers at all. You're just
Right.
routed, and then when you recover from being routed, then you put a exhausted marker on. So that's the difference between say Premier rules and 5th edition rules,
Okay.
where you have the tired or exhausted marker on, and you have the routed marker on as well. This is a much simpler way of handling it, in my opinion. And so, because he recovered during my phase, I just forgot to roll for him. He's got
Yep.
that marker on it.
He's got it. No,
Yeah.
I'm good. That's fine. Yeah.
Let's
I got it.
see. We got a question here from the audience. Steele asks, are you required to extend cavalry to charge, or can you charge with cavalry with no more than 18 increments? So we're playing with the premier rules. The cavalry can be extended into line if he wants to. Otherwise, if it's in column, and you've got one of these big 16 increment or 19 increment allied cavalries, all of the increments are involved in the combat. So you don't need to have them spread out like you would in, say, the Regs 30. Let's see. Jason Hinkle writes, the water seems too lightly printed to me. I like the map you were on last night better. Yes. So this is a Marshal Enterprise map. Monty Matson does all the artwork for both the counters and the maps for those games. The other one that you were looking at last night was from Clash of Arms, and I'm not sure who the map artist was for Prague. I don't know. It might have been a Rick Barber map. Came out back in early 2000 or the early 2000s, so it might have been one of his. All right, that's it for comments, guys. We can advance the clock to the 9:20 turn. All right. I don't know that we need to chat. Do we need to chat, guys? Or you guys all know more or less what you got to kind of do?
We should probably take a minute or two, just a very brief one.
Okay, all right. So you guys, if you want to go down to your part of the world, and we'll just chat up here,
Yep,
and then
certainly.
yeah. All right. So
Hold
yeah.
on, Eric. Don't talk yet. Let me get down there.
Yeah.
My mouth is acting up. Hold on.
No worries. No worries. All right. So Robert, looking over here at your part of the world, it looks like he's like pulling everybody back.
Yeah, he is.
And so I know at some point in the future, Ogzed is, I think it's a victory thing for us, but we don't need to worry about it right now. What you might want to do is take some of these units that are part of, who is this? This is Legrand's division that's over in Koblenitz. Some of them are over here in Sokolnitz and Telnitz. Looks like you could start to move some of them over towards Koblenitz. So reinforce Koblenitz. So we've got some more stuff over there in the center.
But what about the victory conditions towns? I mean, should
Yeah,
I hold them
well,
until
definitely
11?
definitely keep somebody there. But I think you can start to. You've got enough stuff with Davout coming in to have Davout garrison those places, and then just shift everything else over. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. And Keith, did you have any questions, or you know what to do?
I'm just kind of marching my troops into line and
Okay.
along kind of what we're talking about.
Yep. Perfect.
Running a
Okay.
couple battalions over to the little towns.
All right. Well, then I think we are ready to go then. So I don't know if we've got everybody back yet,
Yep. Everybody's here.
and we got Alan here.
Yeah.
He is our neighborhood friendly observer from space. He has the giant space laser that's going to come in.
Burn holes in the map, right?
Exactly.
Having fun playing musical chairs here in the
Yeah.
various rooms.
Well, we appreciate that, and if it helps educate you on the game, so much the better. I know you have been a La Bataille skeptic for a long time.
Well, he's been asking some questions too.
He's
So.
dipping his toes in. He's dipping his toes in the water.
Yeah. Come in. The water is warm. You'll like it. Okay. So looking at the map and the universe and everything here, I don't have any charges. Keith, do you have any charges?
No.
No. All right. Robert, do you have any charges?
No.
Okay. All right.
Everybody's frugal with the credit cards right now.
We Yeah, well, if you look at the French
Sure.
cavalry, we don't have a credit card. We got a debit
Right.
card, and we
Not
don't.
much in the bank.
Yeah, not much in the bank with our cavalry.
I got a payday loan. That's about it.
Yeah. All right. So I will, Brendan. I'll see you down in the center of the universe here.
Okay, Keith and I'll stay where we are, I guess.
Okay. We will cede the lobby to you.
All right. I'll see you in
That's what
2.
we do.
All right. Good. All right. Well, let's continue with our troops here. This is the fine people that belong to Bernadotte's corps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those guys move extra fast. Who are they? They are the 8th. Huh. Don't know why they move faster than anybody else. Maybe they got better shoes. All right. All right. Then up here with our dragoons, let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get those guys up here. 11. We'll get those guys there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then everybody else just kind of comes right up the line. Okay. Over here, the artillery going across the stream. That's going to be 4. Okay, so the guns, that's going to be 4, 5, and well, 4, 5, 6. No, we'll put them right there. That should be fine. So 5, and then we'll get these guys. Let's see, where are you at? Not anywhere nearby for the moment. All right. Okay. Yeah, we'll just put those guys there for a minute. And where else?
So those units just left square and then pulled back?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much did it cost for them to leave square?
Just 1 for the
Okay.
change of formation. Okay, and then these guys are going to. This guy's going to go hop across.
you.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's there, and yeah. Okay, and then those guys will just go right there, and these guys will go there and then form square. Well, actually, right there is a better spot. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
There's no element of chance to forming a square,
There
maybe unless
is,
you're
if it's
if
in the
you're
middle of the
actually at risk.
charge. Yeah,
Yes,
if
right.
it's during the
Okay.
charge, then yes, you do have a potential problem with that. But
Right. Okay.
if it's not as a result of a charge, you're okay.
Sounds
So,
right.
yeah. All right. I really don't have anything too exciting to do here other than.
What a concept. Preemptive squares.
Yes, well, he's got a lot of cavalry down there, and I don't have much to cover myself with yet. So, and it doesn't hurt. He can't attack me with any infantry or artillery at this point. So it's not going to really matter a whole lot.
Yep.
So,
That's the old rock, paper, scissors game of Napoleonics.
indeed. Okay, well, I think that is about the extent of my excitement until I get more troops. The only thing I'll do is I'll break down some of these guys that are part of Bernadotte's corps. Let's see, who all do we have? Where are they at? That's the... Yeah, it must be these guys. So that's the 45th. That's all. I think this is all of them. I want to say that's correct. Come on, let me shrink this a little bit. All right, and so this is the 8th, and that's the 2nd. Here's the 8th. Okay. All right, so stack them up. This guy can go back on the board. Here, here, and here, and we'll just rotate them around. Okay, and this guy is the 54th. These guys are the 54th. 1, 2, okay. All right, and last but not least, all right. Okay. Okay, all right. I think I've got everybody sorted out, or did somebody get moved again?
It's very gratifying to watch you getting good at moving those
Oh my
units
gosh.
around and doing facing and stuff like that.
Well, once I learned the control keys, then it made life so
Yep.
much easier. So,
Yep.
and then last but not least,
That's why
I've
you
got this
put
little
them there
guy.
on the side of
1,
the
2,
right
3,
click
4,
there so that
5,
eventually
6.
you get tired of right clicking and you take heed of what the key combination is and you start using that and you're like, oh wow, it's so much easier than fumbling with tweezers.
Yeah. Well, my biggest problem is when I want to rotate them, I end up hitting the Control C key, and I end up like having a stack of out of command markers showing up on my units instead of them rotating. So I always hit
Oh,
the
that's no
C
good.
key instead of the X key. It's pretty
Yeah.
standard. All right, I'm done with movement. I don't have anything that can fire. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, I can take a shot at this guy right here. He's still within medium range, which is, so I will have a 2.5 to 1 with a +6 on those guys. 64 at 2.5 to 1 with a +6. That's going to be 2 hits on these dragoons.
Ouch.
And make a morale check. $35. They should be happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So slightly fewer of them. Yeah, that would have been a good hit even without the +6. So, all right. Good. Well, I think that takes care of all of my excitement for the moment.
That was almost casual the way you said, "Oh, by the way, we're going to fire here," and then rolled a 64.
Yeah, most of the time I roll something terrible, but occasionally I'll get something good. So the vassal gods smile upon me occasionally. So, all right. Let's see here. We're done, Brennan. So, the only thing I need to do is I've got this. I moved this guy half, so he will go from exhausted to tired. And otherwise, I don't have anything else to recover or make any mention of. So, yeah, we can go back up to the lobby. Hello, gentlemen.
Eric.
How goes it? Oh my goodness, this is starting.
Eric, I'm gonna have to have Stigler take a look at that die roller.
Yeah, it would be nice if we had I had a switch somewhere. When I want the die rolls to go a particular way, I throw a little secret switch somewhere in the module.
Yeah.
So, and everyone always complains about the Vassal module.
Oh, I've seen you have your share of bad rolls.
Oh yes. It's
You
par
don't
for
you
the
don't know
course.
about the command option C for cheat? Come on.
I tell you, the die roller is the one thing that I'm constantly at odds with the Vassal design team on.
Mm-hmm.
They've come to respect, or they've come to expect about quarterly that I'm going to have a tirade about the die roller, and it's so often. I mean, for every session that I have just ruined by the die roller, there'll be several that go by. It seems very random, no issues, and then suddenly you'll get one session where every die roll is doubled or tripled.
Mm-hmm.
It's polar. Everything's polar. It's either 1 or 6.
Yep.
And it can just ruin a session.
Yeah.
I had one that was kind of like that yesterday, where I think we're using a 10-sided die. We rolled 3 zeros in a row.
Oh no!
Oh my
As I
God.
recall, that's bad in that game system too.
Well, not if you're checking for leader casualties. So yeah, I had a brigadier picked off with one of those zeros, and if you're doing fire attacks, yeah, then that's definitely bad. But then if you're doing things like rallies, then it's great. But just the fact that you get 3 of them in a row like that.
Yeah. Is this the wilderness game or?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It was getting pretty wild and woolly. But I guess overall the die roller didn't really ruin the session. I've seen much worse, but
Yeah.
usually the really bad ones are with games that just use a single die 6.
Mhm.
When you get either everything's a 1 or a 6, or you get 3 6s or 3 1s in a row, that can really skew an entire session.
In the Mont St. John game that we did at Buckeye Game Fest, we were doing Marie Louise while Eric and Brendan and them were doing the Premier rules.
Yeah.
But there's that one really good British cavalry unit that's on on the. He moved them over to the right. I think it was Uxbridge, maybe, I don't know, but they all have, they all have elite type of morale ratings.
Yep. Yeah.
Poor John Haas rolled 3 11s in a row. I felt, it was so frustrating for the poor guy.
3 11s? So it's like 1 and 1?
Wow.
3 11s in a row. Yeah.
So that's basically the equivalent of 6 1s in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
ridiculous.
it just ruined his attack with him, just ruined him.
Well, I'm sure you
then
could.
of course the Lancers then showed up on their flank, right?
Oh, yeah.
Stabbed everybody.
Well, I was kind of repositioning the guard into that area, to go around that flank, and I got around in back of them.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
Oh man. Well, I can't make an impression on them. Every time I rant and rave about it, and they just say no, it's random, and it's like I don't speak math at a level where I can even argue with them. I'm just like, I've got numerous log files that show, these incredible streaks and polarity and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if that doesn't sway you, it's like there's nothing else I can say. I don't know code language. I don't know mathematics well enough to do anything other than to balance my checkbook. So if that doesn't work, there's nothing I can say.
All right.
So they laugh at me and they just go, "Oh, it's fine," and I'm like, "Okay."
There you go. Well, we've finished our big, huge, exciting move. And so therefore it is over to the Allies. So
I'm gonna grab 1 minute down in the headquarters and be right back.
Okay.
okay, cool.
Yeah, they've hired.
What's that?
Yeah, I know. They go down there and they have hired consultants. They're on the phone with them. What do we do?
Exactly. Yeah. So
They certainly are serious about it.
they are very serious about it. Like for me, I'm like, oh, when was the last time I looked at this map? Oh, 2 weeks ago. So
Well,
Well, I have to
Oh.
say, I was like all excited. I remembered I was getting dragoons, and then Eric, you had them up there. I was like, wait, that's all the dragoons?
yeah. Oh, and that big 2 increment dragoon is the one you really need to pay attention
Game
to.
changer right
Yeah,
there.
that is
That's
definitely a game changer.
It's gonna charge right at the king.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Well, I started to move some of my Chiliors, some of the Laguerre over toward Kobelnitz, and then I'll. So I think the whole thing is probably to mass at Kobelnitz over time and then start driving south.
well, we'll just have to see. I think what you might do, depending on where they're at, is sweep around their left flank there at Augsed and kind of come around the backside of the hill. So we'll just see. Yeah. All right. Are you gentlemen back?
We are indeed. Brevity.
Okay. Brevity is the.
Not gentlemen, though.
They
I
are
gotta talk to
gentlemen. Come on, Alan. Come on.
I'm just having fun.
We tried to be.
All right. Or they play gentlemen on television. How about that?
There you go.
There you go. All right. Well, cool. So, any cavalry charges, or are we just on to movement?
On
I
my
think we're on
side.
the movement.
Okay. All right. Well, Brennan, I will see you down in our usual game spot.
All right, you too.
All right. Where did you want to start moving first?
I'm gonna start with the guards who've been moving in as reinforcements.
Oh, okay. Cool. Down there in the southern part of the map, the Guard Cossacks, my favorite units.
Oh, they're so cool.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah. All right. ready?
Although they failed the morale check when I was playing the game with Jim. It was so frustrating. I'm like, no, you can't be doing this.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That really hurts. Now we're going to do the guard cuirassiers coming up.
Yep. Well, you took all of David's cavalry, so you got to give him something, I guess, right?
David's cavalry. He took all of mine. This cuirassier up here is going to move and join those. So he's back in my control.
Oh, okay. So he's moving backwards.
Well, he's turning, right?
Oh, okay. It doesn't cost anything for the cavalry to turn.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now the artillery here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 6. That was that had a turn in it. Now the guards infantry
Okay.
and horse artillery. They're down here.
Yep. I know where you're at.
Alrighty. Now the Austrians are going to move. They're up here.
Our favorite people.
Yeah. Alrighty. Now, okay, that's great. Slid out of the way. Now we're going to go over here to the central zone.
Okay. Cool.
This is horse artillery. I think it moves like cavalry 2, 4.
Okay.
This is foot artillery.
Yep.
This is foot artillery.
Position batteries. Those are beautiful guns,
Yep.
but very slow.
They are and very slow. So, that's Franz the Emperor.
Oh, yes.
All
You
right,
might-
now
You might actually, we might lose victory points if we capture him. He might be more of a asset to getting captured then. All right, you're over here in the center there.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's
Flying Cossacks.
that's right. Dragoons here. And infantry up here.
Okay.
Two, three, four, five. 6. Coming out that way. This is a turn. 1.
All right.
And here. Now over here.
It's going to become Schwerpunkt Blasowitz.
Yeah. Seems that all the world is heading there.
Well, it's a good central position.
Yep. That's most of my stuff. I'm just like reviewing at this point.
Okay. Well, you've got one guy here that's kind of split between two. I think you just need to move him one more forward. Yeah, there you go. So. So when you played this before, did you play with the optional rule where you were rolling for the different columns to see whether they were working properly or they were dysfunctional?
Yeah, I've done that a few times, and also like I've only played the solitaire before, just different run-throughs, and also the optional repositioning of the columns and divisions. That's really fun. The effect of that is to slow the allies down somewhat,
Right.
but they already have a slow down from the 8-minute time limit, so it's kind of with both of them, the allies are a lot clunkier with the shorter time limit and
Right.
the delay. It's very, very slow on average.
Yeah.
Like a third slow.
Yeah, well, I, as I said, I haven't played the whole battle before, so I was just curious how that played out. If they had to do that as a way of like handicapping the allies, or what their thinking was as game designers, game mechanic kind of a thing. So.
And I think it's actually very interesting from a historical point of view, because it does give you a sense of how incredibly confused the stupid old allies were. They were a joke.
Yeah,
a tragedy. Different languages, different ways of thinking, incompetence at the top, emperors getting in the way. Like it's kind of cool. It slows down. So next time we play, we can try that.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. So, are you going to try to come out to Consim in end of August?
I'm not going to make it this year. We have a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, that was great. I mean, I'm going to try to make it out to the Buckeye again. I had fun out there. And I think, I can persuade David to come up. And it's at a good time of the year when fencing season's over for the high school and stuff like that. So I think that's one that I can make on a regular basis. And that was fun. It's certainly a different smaller wargaming footprint than what you had at Tempe. I mean, at Tempe, the whole ballroom's full of wargamers. So I really liked that. I like that at Tempe, where you got lots of games to look at. But there at the Buckeye, there's just a handful of tables with war games on them. So, but still good. Had fun.
The Buckeye was really fun. It was very reachable, very feasible. A great group.
Yeah. I mean, did you drive out or did you fly out?
I drove.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so David drove up as well. So I know that makes it affordable. Flying out to Tempe is a pain in the butt for you guys out on the East Coast. So
We'll go back to the lobby with everyone.
all right. Well, are we done here, sir? I don't think you've got any shots at me. I don't have any shots at you. So we can go back up to the lobby. Oh, he's already gone. Everybody's there.
Are we going to go much beyond this, though?
Well, I think we can
I'm
probably.
okay for another turn. I don't think if you want, but
No.
It would be super fun if we could get another turn in. That would have covered an hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
We could probably do that. Let me check reinforcements for the French, I should say. 940, we get a bunch of stuff coming in. Guard, heavy cavalry, we get Drouot's division, or Drouet's division, I should say. Yeah, so we got a bunch of stuff I got to pull on the map. Oh, and we get the marching band. Definitely time to worry with the marching band coming on.
I'll get
Right.
one.
all right, Dave, get your cavalry ready.
Yep.
All right, so I'm advancing the clock to the 940 turn. Do we want to play on? What's the
I
general
guess-
consensus?
I'm good for
I'll
it.
just as soon wait, but I'll play. It doesn't matter. Whatever
Well-
the group wants to do,
Okay, well,
I'm good with.
I don't have any complaints one way or the other. Keith, do you have any? I mean, we're all
No,
out on the West Coast, so I mean it's like 8:30 where we're at, 8:20, so it's not a big deal for us. But you guys out on the
Right.
East Coast, it's a little bit more of a stretch. So okay, well, cool. Well, we'll go ahead and grab our reinforcements then and plunk those down on the map, and then figure out what to do with them. So why don't we go to French HQ? Allies, you guys can chat, and while
Yeah, we'll go to
we drop
coalition.
our units on the map, and then we can start the turn.
All right, good jump in coalition.
All right, gotta find those guys. All right, that's Walther. There's Nasute. He's coming in. Pretty sure that's Nasute. Okay. He's coming up there on the road. And it says you get the 4th Company of the 2nd Artillery à Cheval. But they're already on the map. I'm pretty sure they're already on the map. I think I've got them. Yeah, I've already got them. Somehow they got on the map already. Sorry about that. All right, then we've got Drouet's division. Okay. And all that stuff is going to come on. All right. And we'll plug that there. And that there. And Drouet shows up as well.
Oh, the Imperial Guard comes on.
Yeah. Yes, all four battalions of it, I think, right?
Is that all?
Yeah, it's
Mm.
not very big at this time. So, let's see. You want to read that to me, Robert?
It says Guard Imperial enter at Route de Brun, Bessières, uh, aide de camp of Brigade Russell,
Okay.
First Battery of the Guard, au Cheval, Second Battery, au Cheval, the Guard,
Right. And the Italian.
the Royal Italian Guard. Ooh, that
Yep.
sounds really exciting.
It does
And the
sound
marching
exciting.
band.
And the marching band.
And the marching band.
There we go. That is the big prize, the marching band. And then no infantry yet, right? No, I think the infantry show up. They show up at 10 o'clock.
Well, I mean, I don't understand. You know, like in one place it says. Well, is it the whole guard that comes in, or is it?
No, because then if you look further down, the Imperial Guard infantry. So the Imperial Guard infantry is going to come in at
Oh,
the
I see.
10 o'clock turn, it looks like. So,
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, looking at the map, guys, they are shifting stuff to around Blasowitz. A lot of stuff that they were marching towards me, now they're marching towards Blasowitz. A lot of stuff that they were marching towards the center, they're now counter marching back towards your side, Keith. And he's got most of the Russian Imperial Guard heading towards Krug and Holubitz, right? They're kind of going that way. So that's kind of where things look like they're shaping up right now. So it's an interesting situation, to put it mildly. What do you want to try to do, Keith?
Well, what you've got there on my left, toward the center,
Right.
all you've got artillery and cavalry down.
Yeah, I've got infantry here. I've got infantry, fresh infantry that's coming in here, and then I've got fresh infantry that's coming in over here, right? I got a bunch of stuff that belongs to Bernado's.
All right, so those are coming in this turn.
They're all coming in this turn, right? And then you've got this stuff, and then we've got the Imperial Guard artillery. So we can basically use this Imperial Guard artillery as a mobile battering ram for whatever we want to do, but we need to have it supported by heavy cavalry and stuff like that, so it doesn't get taken. So we might just want to park it there near Stanton on the road, and then we can move it forward and kind of see where things go. Yeah. So I would just say bring the artillery forward, bring the ponies forward, so that you've got the heavy cavalry around, basically in this area here, and then the heavy guns there, and then just kind of see how things are sort of.
In terms of where I'm putting my forward troops, I'm going to bring them down a few more hexes.
Yeah, I would move them a little. So I would move Suchet's division further over. So the idea is, you see that little woods that he's only got a few units in. I would go there and try to clear that out.
Right. So I want to pull them over.
Yep.
Farther to the right, and then I thought for this turn drop them down. I can probably get them down.
Yeah, you can get
below
them
where my
over
cavalry are right now.
Yeah. And then next turn, you'd be in a position to start to push
Move in.
and kind of take that stuff. And then you've got Caffarelli that you can then have in support. And then what I'll do is I'll bring this new division of Bernadotte's stuff in, and I'll put it here in the junction between Caffarelli and Zikarwitsky or whatever. So
Down
I
in
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's nothing there.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
That was my concern, is that,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, we're gonna shield Santa there.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the
So
heavy
I will.
cavalry, but
Yeah, you'll have the cavalry and whatnot. But yeah, I will. I'll bring that division into that area.
so
and
how
then,
far do you think I should bring over Capillary or
I
Cavalier?
would move him. I just kind of. You don't need to move him very much for the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
you
going
know.
to drop him down a couple hex rows,
yeah,
but
you could keep them where they're at right now.
okay.
He's got a lot of cavalry here in that center there by Blasowitz.
Right.
So that kind of gives him a chance to go whatever direction he wants to. I wouldn't push those guys forward anymore at this moment. So because you don't have a lot on your flank to cover for you.
Right. Well,
type
that
of
was
a
my
thing.
concern.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's why I
yeah.
wasn't going to bring them. I was thinking maybe bring them down to where they could strike on any turn
Yeah.
into the woods where he's in front of me, but I didn't want to bring myself too far forward to expose my flank. But,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I,
all right.
so
Well,
just,
I can hold tight with them.
yeah, just hold tight with
and-
them and then move Suchet over a little bit more, and you should
Yeah.
be fine. And then Robert,
Okay.
you know, as I said, it looks like, yeah, he's got everything marching. So
He's
at some
got
point in
stuff
time, at some point in
kinda
time, we'll start to push towards Pratzen, I guess. You will
Toward
be
Pratzen?
you will be the
That's what I'm thinking.
the right hook, but
But
for the
he's
moment,
got all that cavalry right there on my. That makes my flank kind of. I don't have the cavalry.
no.
to counter
Yeah,
what
you
he
don't
has
need to.
there.
You don't worry about it for the moment. You'll have infantry and artillery. He's got nothing but a bunch of Grenzers there, and the little brown jacketed guys. They're garbage Cossacks. They can't even attack your infantry.
Oh, I know, but he's got some of those
He's
got a
got some
couple
better
really
stuff. Yeah,
big stuff down
they
there.
make nice big targets.
Yeah. But you're right. I'll move more stuff over to Koblenitz, and then I could start moving toward Pratza. I'm not sure what he seems to kind of have deployed a little bit there or in next to Pratza, but I'm not sure what he's going to do with that stuff.
Yeah, I have no idea either. So we'll see. It could be that they're just trying to get themselves in a really good defensive position to make it very hard for us to attack them. Since they're not really attacking us, it's they're not. I mean, I've never played the game, so I have no idea what to expect. All right,
Right.
guys, let's go back up to the lobby and get started. Unless anyone's got any questions.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, cool.
Here they
All
come.
right, guys, we've returned. All right. Okay, cool. I've got 5 charges. I'm just joking. I don't have 5 charges. I made David really nervous there for a second. What?
That's
What? How's that possible?
that's a fearful thing for you to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Shocking. I don't have any charges. I don't know. Keith, do you have any charges?
No.
Nope. Okay. Well, then I think it's safe to say that we can start to do our exciting movement. And I know, Robert, you don't have any charges.
No.
Yeah. Just the evil space laser. So, okay. All right. Well, then I will see you down in Green Room 1, Brennan.
See ya.
All right, David. Back to 2.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Why is it not letting? There we go. Okay, cool. All right. So, I've got some new reinforcements that came in up here in the Great White North. These look like they are more of Bernado's guys. So, let's go. This hex here. Oh my gosh, why is it not letting me do this? For some reason, it's not letting me pick the guys up. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we will rotate them around. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll rotate them around. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that's those guys. Let's zoom out a little bit and go to the next ones. Okay, so now we're going to move these guys here that are part of Bernadottes. And that is Raffineries division. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those guys are just going to go into square for fun. All right, and these guys, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Well, let me move this guy out of the way. One, 2, 3, 4, and then I don't have enough to get into the town. Oh well. Next turn. All right. And these guys will go 1, 2, 3, 4. And they can't get into the town either. And these guys, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they will go into square as well. All right. Marshal, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's going to join his own corps. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're going to go there. This heavy cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? No, it's cost 4. So plus 3 plus 2. Yes, so 1, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. Now just park them there. All right, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay, all right, so that's them. The rest of the cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this light cavalry, these guys can drift over a little bit. Okay. Now over here where these dragoons are in the center, let's go ahead and we'll just bring them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 9. There we go. And those guys are there. All right. And these guys, they can move here into the woods. All right. These guys can move here. All right, these guys will come out of square. Whoops. Oh, come on, take the square marker off. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and these guys can move up here and then form square there, and everybody else is happy where they're at for the moment. All right. Okay, I think that's probably about as good as I can do for the moment. It's mostly just moving pieces around. We still think the fog is lifted, but even then I don't think I got anything I can shoot at. Let's see. So the fog ending with the 9:40 turn. Okay, so the fog is over now. But even then I don't have any shots to take at you, so that is all for me. This guy only moved half, so he's going to have his exhausted marker or tired marker removed. So he is back to being fresh and springy. Okay, I think that's it for me. Back up to the lobby. Hi, guys.
Eric,
Yep, Keith.
what's going on? I can't remember what we decided with the infantry that was coming on.
Oh, it's moving towards you. The ones that the infantry that just marched on. See how it's marching towards Santon.
Okay, so you've brought them on.
Yep. Yeah. It's already moved them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they started over, I guess, south of the road. So they started on the same spot that other division from Bernardo came in.
Yeah, okay. I remember that now. All of a sudden I was thinking, wait a minute.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see how things are going. Who are we waiting on? We're waiting on... Oh, looks like everybody's done. Hooray. Okay. Terribly exciting. All right. So, that's the conclusion of the French turn. Time for the Allies. Did the Allies have any charges they wanted to do?
No. No.
Okay.
Brendan, did we need to discuss anything, or are we good? Yep, looks like he wants to just.
Well, David knows what he's doing. So. All right, I guess they're back.
Well, I don't know. I've not been able to hear anything from Brennan.
Oh yeah,
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
we can
Yeah,
hear you
now.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike was muted. Hey, Dave M,
Yes.
could you grab your skirmishers in the far right block and fade far right and fade them back one block? We don't want to engage this turn. That's all. That was the only thing.
Oh, yeah, drop them back.
We drop them back there. That was the only thing.
Yep,
Everything else per plan.
All
Okay.
right, they're doing the plan. It's the Schlieffen plan here. Time to worry, guys. All right, so if there's no cavalry charges, we can go straight to movement. So I will see you down in the usual game room. All right, Brennan,
Eric,
where did you want to start?
gonna start with the guard
Okay.
light cavalry over here.
Cool,
That's kind
cool.
of the far right. All right, ready? Here we go.
Yep.
You guys are on the road. They're actually going to form a road formation, which is 3, and they're going to move like 10 hexes and then form back into column. So that's why they're
So
going
they
so
should
fast.
end up like right about there.
This is where they were. Now they're going to, so now he forms 3 into road. Then he goes 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 8, 9, 10. You
Okay, yeah,
11, 12, and then reforms into column.
cool.
And this guy does the same thing. So he's got 15 movement allowance. He's going to go 9. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that was 9. All right.
Okay,
Now
and
we're
they're-
moving
Austrians?
the Austrians, or actually this Russian cuirassiers, here,
Oh, okay.
like units in this zone.
Sure, I got an eye on you. Don't worry.
4. Austrian infantry 2, 6. That was there is good enough. Okay. Already, guard cuirassiers are back here.
Okay, cool.
Guard horse artillery back here.
Okay.
And then the rest of the guards.
Your guard outnumbers our guard.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I think I'm going to bring in from Waterloo the French guard.
Yeah, like the early French Guard was nothing like what it became later on.
No, not at all.
Totally different set of units. Okay, now we're back with the Austrians.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. And now we're going to move Cossacks here.
Okay, those wild and wacky Cossacks.
And Emperor Franz. Everybody's there.
This
The
is
Russian
critical.
leadership.
That's right. This is where we know things are going.
Russian and Austrian horse artillery.
Okay.
Moving as cavalry, 2, 4, 6, 9. Russian foot artillery here.
Okay.
Austrian heavy cavalry up here.
Okay.
Infantry.
Sure.
Infantry along the woods here.
Okay. Cool.
That was a direction change. This regiment here is the Absheron Musketeer Regiment, which was the one that was in the Tolstoy book that we did when you were.
Oh, cool.
It's amazing, you know. It's really fun when they connect. I'm kind of just doing a quick cross check.
All right. Anything else?
Not to do it.
Okay.
I'll put this unit here facing that way and here. That's it. Back to the
Okay.
lobby.
Cool. Yep. All right. Okay, so I think that takes care of the 940 turn.
Yeah.
Was there any? I don't think there's any fire combat yet, so only a few pop shots from the French so far for this game so far. All right, I'll advance the clock to the 10 o'clock turn, and I'll go ahead and save things then. And this is Austerlitz. End of 940. Cool. All right. Well, this was fun. We got a fair amount accomplished. I'm expecting here in another turn or two there's going to be some combat. I mean, unless the Russians are just content to go one direction and then go another direction and go one direction, just go back and forth, across the map here. I can live with that. So, but otherwise, I'm sure there'll be something's going to be happening
Create some
here.
confusion.
You
The
definitely
tension
have
is
us.
building.
You have us confused. I am. It had nothing to do with the new meds I'm on. I'm naturally confused without it. So, well, cool. Well, this was fun. Thanks for sticking around. We were able to get basically what
3 turns in.
three
Yeah.
turns in the space of 2 hours. That's not going to happen for much longer.
No.
Yeah, as we all know, it tends to bog.
We are
down.
on the cusp.
Yes, we're on the cusp of great excitement. So, all right, well, gentlemen, I will bid you fond farewell. I'm going to turn off the live stream.
There's
here.
a French square marker just sitting on the board over here with nothing on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's just a spare counter. I took the square marker off.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually that's the teleporter pad for the
Ah,
yeah.